also, because people can learn these pretty fast. And after that, I always suggest do handstand, start to work on the handstand, because it's a longer journey. They have to prepare, all the line and the progressions. And after they have different standard, they can build the balance and the kick up and the bailout, all this stuff, which is really technical and they have to practice a lot. But after that, the next, which is advanced in terms of also straight arm exercise, but it's also not that difficult to do it later. So the back lever is the next one. After all these back lever, and after that, basically they can start doing any exercises like the planche, front lever, press to handstand, human flag, because those require progressions as well, like easier progressions. And with the human flag, I also do some extra preparation for the deep back muscles, obliques, and so it's more core. But after they have the basics and the back lever, basically they can start anything with gradation.
It's great that you also mentioned to not be afraid of adding load to those basic movements, because I think on the surface, people see bodyweight training, and on the internet, it's just still tends to be like popularized as like your circuit workouts and high reps this and minimal rest periods. But it's refreshing to hear that even your beginners, intermediates should be adding load to these movements to almost give a surplus of strength beyond obviously body weight only. So when they enter these demanding strength skills, human flag, planche, front lever, then they're not going to have as much of a hard time. I think that was a great point.
So I think once somebody has the basics, after that you can go to skills, and you can have a skill block or a skill session in your workouts, and also work on the strength. And the three components that I mentioned can be switched and can be like skipped. You can start right away with the weighted stuff if you want. But if you want to have, the most gradual way, you can start with time under tension, then explosive push-ups and explosive strength, what you can do, and one-arm stuff. So it's like a whole variety of opportunities.
Could you compare the difference in technique versus a gymnast and street workout?
I think the difference is not that big, but because of the perfectionism that I mentioned, gymnasts do it more smoothly and nicer, because they know that they have to do like everything. Like I always say that it's you have to be like a stick figure. Everything is straight, tight, and that's the thing that sometimes gymnasts also do, like during the practice, they do stuff with open legs and all these things, because they just, they're just cool and don't care about it or whatever. But during the competition and in the routine, they have to pay attention to it. And this is not really important for, calisthenics and street workout, and I think that's why street workout is amazing, because it's like a repacked gymnastics with more style, basically, because in gymnastics there is a code and there is like a standard of how to do, like if you do an iron cross, you have to do like an iron cross. You can't go higher, lower, whatever. It's like there is a perfect iron cross and they give you the most point if you do it perfectly.
I believe that most of the background ancillary stuff gymnasts do, like a lot of the stretching, flexibility, probably a lot more core stuff as well. I think all that ties into having the ability to be like more compressed in a press handstand, having more open shoulders.
This is basically why you see many street workout athletes get injured, because they just don't pay enough attention to all these things.
What have you found essential, like weak link type of exercises for, say, the scapula or rotator cuff?
I think the two most important part, like we can say three, is core, scapula, and rotator cuff. I think these are the three really essential things to prepare. And as I mentioned, in terms of core, I think compression and the extended body position both are really useful and need to be trained. And the scapula is just the foundation of any upper body exercises. So you really need to learn the control. And I always suggest to, and in my programs and the prehab stuff, we strengthen all the directions. So basically every movement we strengthen the scapulas, and also the rotator cuff has an important role, and it's always in the part of the prehab, because that's something that for most people it's weak, and they can be injured pretty quick if they don't do anything with rotator cuff.